to show themselves. Take a walk on the balcony for me. Top or bottom? I actually see what you're talking about, JJ. In the bottom glass. Hey, bud, come here.
And we are live from the basement of somebody's grandmother, deep in the heart of the Sudan. Outside, there stands 2 camels, 3 chickens, a goat, and 6 sheep. And we are operating with absolutely no budget except for that of
I mean,
hashtag Scared Lloyd.
I can smell the chicken soup or something they're cooking up there.
No,
They're busy.
That's camel mignon. So
Camel mignon.
camel mignon. So hashtag Scared Lloyd is news
We
of the
have
day.
laughed until we're about to cry on that one. That was great.
I had to throw it in there.
That was great.
So there it was. So, you went to what was a plantation,
Mm-hmm.
and you ran across some rather interesting things.
I did.
Tell me about it.
Well, first time I went there, we were kind of driving around looking. You know how I told you I used to drive around looking for places and things. So I just got out and we walked around, and of course there was no EMF anywhere like the videos I showed you, and I kept hearing a little boy in my ear saying, and it was like a static. The first letter was like a static, and I heard like silly. I even said it might be Willie, but I kept hearing like a silly. So I thought maybe this baby has problems speaking or something.
Yeah.
So I wrote everything down in my journal because I keep my journal with me when I get anywhere like that, and I'll sit down and start writing stuff. So I remember writing all that down too, and just walking around and catching a glimpse of things passing by me. And I told him, I said, this is an interesting place to say the least. And then I saw something looking out of the garden, which was where like the little maze. It has like a maze in the garden. And I went there last night in the garden by myself and stood there and got a spike of about 2, 3, just back and forth. And so I was walking all around the house, 2 and 3. And I'm always saying, if you want to show yourself, because sometimes they can't get the energy up. It just depends. You don't know why they're there. If they're there, you don't know what they're there for. We don't know. We don't know these questions. We don't know. If you want to show yourself to me, you can. You know, I've been here before. You know me. I stayed here for like 3 hours last time and just sat and wrote my journal, and so we walked around the back side, and I took some pictures and I took a video. And I said, if you want to show yourself to me, um, like I told you before, please do. I want to see you. And about the time that I said that, my son, who was walking on the other side, he said, Mom, he said, there's a face that just came up looking at you in the bottom of that window, and he's out. So I start taking a couple just still shots, and I sent those to you. And in the still shots I took in the bottom of the glass, it's a little face like this, and you can see that she has like curly blonde hair on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small face. That was
Young
on
girl. Yeah.
that was on that side, and we were walking around a little while longer, and was going to the car, and they said, Mom, you need to look at this grave marker. So I went over and looked, and of course it has all their first names. Of course, they didn't list their last names or anything else, just the first name
Mm-hmm.
of all of them. And it was bittersweet when you deal with stuff like that. But for some reason, I connect with children
They're not
so
afraid of you.
fast, so fast.
Yeah.
I think they sense the calmness, and
They
they
sense that you're a good person. That you're
I'm there to try to help if I can.
absolutely.
But
Yeah.
it was a bittersweet moment, really, and I had to take a few minutes by myself to.
Well, we're looking to do some more of what you saw with that, actually quite a bit more.
Yeah, the private cemetery was ridiculous. Those pictures that I sent you with that
Yeah.
was walking down a private cemetery there, not too far from the home place, and nothing out of the ordinary whatsoever. So I decided just to take a few shots. It was dust dark, and I thought, it's so calm and pretty here. So I'm not one who takes a whole lot of pictures of the graveyards, but I wanted to, and I took a few pictures here and there. And got home, started going through all the pictures this evening, and was looking at those graveyard pictures and saw the big red demonic face starting to appear in the tree.
Yeah, I didn't actually put that up there, but if you want to show people and get their take on it, I know you've got it on your phone.
Yeah.
I looked at it several times, and well, yeah,
This is, what was it, about 9 o'clock? Yeah. It was about 9 o'clock, really. So it was maybe after dusk dark, and I walked by and took a picture of the tree, and actually it was the graves behind it I was interested in, and the tree started appearing red, and then if you can see, there's like a face appearing in the tree there. You can see the chin, the nose, the eyes, everything.
like he just laid back.
He's laid back, getting ready to let somebody have it. But the
Mhm.
first picture I took is this one, and it was actually as it was just starting to form, because I took a
Mhm.
picture on the way through, then I stopped and took another one on the way back. I always do that just in case something happens.
And you can
But
see that
I
right
see
there. I mean,
it's
you can't
starting to
miss
form,
it.
and it looks like teeth. You can see teeth appearing in the picture as well.
Yeah, you can't
So
miss it. It's
no, I mean it's
It's enough to make you
And
sick to your stomach.
here's another one that's a little further away of the same thing. The tree's red. You can see that right there.
Yeah.
So, and then we were actually, I was getting in the car, getting ready to leave, and took another one just before I got in the car. And I said, if you want to show yourself, please do. And then this popped up over the gravestones. I don't know if anybody can see that, but it looks like a figure outstretched with a hood, some type of a hoodie thing
Yeah, I
on.
see it.
It's outstretched, like it looks like Harry Potter or something, over top of those gravestones. I don't know if you guys can see it but I'll put those up on Facebook. But I mean, it was crazy. And then for y'all haven't seen the baby girl. Here is a picture of the little baby girl. You can see her little face, and the pole from the upstairs balcony is actually right in the middle of her little face. Let me see the best way to do it. Try not to get that light on.
Yeah, I see her.
Now you all see her?
I see her right there on the bottom.
I'll post that on there after the
Yeah.
show too. But there she is looking at me. She looks very pretty.
If you're not already doing it, make sure to follow 606 Paranormal on Facebook. And
She almost looks like John Benet Ramsey.
she's very, very pretty.
Very.
And of course, we've got the haunted dolls, which are going to be, you will be able to meet them if you choose. June 9th at Berthoud County Public Library at 6 p.m. That is going to be something. How have they been since Thursday? Speaking specifically of Lars and
Nonstop.
Tobias.
They've not lost any activity that, as we can see, they've not lost any activity. And I come in here and, I'll clean them, move them around. I take pictures and I notice things every day. Like, the color of his skin and things like that. I've been keeping an eye on that. But so far, yeah, I realize of right now he looks like he's getting a bruise on his temple.
Damn. Somebody's going to call CPS. Or I guess that would be CDS.
Yeah.
Or DPS, Doll Protective Services.
I just, but I don't think they're going to take him away.
I think Lloyd's coming up here and smacking the bejesus out of him whenever you're not around.
Is that what you're doing?
I will not confirm nor deny that.
He don't want no part of that hot mess. So, yeah.
I
was like, no. There's a reason that the open wasn't.
If it's bad, he's out.
Lloyd stuck back there and hides behind the clothes in the closet.
That was so good.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah, we did.
And I thought, well, he's either going to love it or he's going to be pissed off, one or the other. So it's.
Oh no, we loved it. That was great.
We well, you got to have fun with this. So, speaking of having fun, I got to say, you know how it feels when you walk in Thanksgiving, and I'm speaking about the good part of the family is there, and you're just so glad to see them.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching chat come up tonight as we was Lloyd's pimp and is strong, Barry. Barry, you know what pimp is, don't you? Player in the management profession. So that's Lloyd. But I was watching chat going off when was firing everything up this evening.
Thanks,
and it genuinely felt good to see the family in here. And our family's growing. We've got some new faces in the chat and some new people watching that may not necessarily be a part of the chat. Although we encourage it, you don't have to be. You're welcome to just sit back and grab you something to drink and maybe a snack and just watch us go at this. But, we have Autumn who's in here. So I want to say hey to her, to Barry, of course, Helen, Sharon. Looks like Summer's in there. And this is just in the chat room. And also, of course, let's see, who else do we have? Looks like a lot. Yeah, of course, Lloyd, Stephanie, and Maddie, Tracy, Carrie, Crystal. So, hey to all of you guys, and thanks a lot for being a part of it.
Yes.
Now, if you're just now watching us in Berthoud County on June 9th, that's the Haunted Doll Tour. I know I've talked the daylights out of that thing.
It's so fun, guys. It is so fun. We have
It
such fun.
is. You really don't know what you're going to be missing if you
Yeah.
don't at least come out and try it. And then in July, it's going to be in Estill County, and then in October, Laurel County.
We're going back to Laurel County, which we had such a good time at.
That's a pretty big deal there because that's on October 17th. That's the Halloween edition, so to
Yeah,
speak.
we're going to pull some of the really bad ones out and take there.
Yeah. And you'll be able to, if you want, ask us questions. It's called AMA, Ask Me Anything. And that goes for Lloyd, Stace, myself. We're pretty much open books with this. You know, I just can't help but think or wonder, Lloyd, when did you develop a fear of dolls?
With me?
Yeah.
Probably with me after
Since she brought him in the house,
after, you know, a couple of first few he had met.
You know, every time we go somewhere and somebody wants to give us one, or she gets a call and all this stuff, and like, I'm just like, yeah, okay, you just go ahead and do your thing, and I'll be out here or on the porch, or I'll be out here, you know, in the car, and then I've got to bring the daggone thing home.
And then when it moves, it's the same two words. Ah, God. Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, God.
Yeah,
That's it right there.
Nobody can do it like him. Nobody. See, that's what I was telling people the other day, because I actually got a question. Do you guys like rehearse this? And I said, hell no. I said, who's got time to rehearse this? I said, we all work.
There is no way we can rehearse what goes on this show.
No, it ain't a happening. This is all off the cuff. It's from the heart.
No, I ain't got no strings to pull the dolls or anything magical like that. I mean,
they just
this
do
stuff
what they do.
On
And
your
you'll
own.
see that on your own.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you, I've known Lloyd for a long time, since high school. And Lloyd was never all that jumpy in high school. He was pretty solid. So when you see something like this and you're not used to it,
Right. That's what people
then
don't
you get, oh, hell.
Yeah.
And, you know, Lloyd, did you always, could you drop your head down here so we can see you?
Yeah, I can't
There
see
we go.
what
Did you always believe in paranormal, supernatural, like hauntings and spirits, or was this something that Stace made you a believer?
No, I always had an interest in it, but you know, once I've seen things firsthand with her, you know, it kind of brought things to light, or you know, and all that. But it's
And then you realized how big it really is.
Oh yeah, I mean
it's a whole world that we don't even see, and most people are completely unaware of.
And then when I see, you know, things that have
Thank you.
see things that you know, with these dolls, you know, you're getting things that are lighting up, and you know, with these meters and all that, and
Yeah.
I'm just like,
And you know the science behind the meters, they won't light up without a reason.
oh yeah, that's right. That's
No,
exactly.
yeah.
No,
You know, you're
yeah,
talking about EMF, which is electromagnetic field.
exactly right.
And I used to work I was an apprentice electrician in Lexington. And I'm telling you, the only way that those meters will go off is if there is some kind of electrical current near them. That's why Stace keeps them so far away, because look, I can hold that meter up to an electrical socket, I'd say within a couple, 3 inches, and it'll detect.
Right.
Yep.
But if I'm a foot, 2 foot, 3 foot away from it,
No.
you got to be a lot closer than that. And Stacy keeps these things, and Lloyd keeps these things away from such things. That way, when they do go to do these readings, they know they're not getting what we call a falsehood or a false reading, that they're actually doing something. And that night that we watched Lars peg that some bitch out to 80 milligauss, I was like, you have got to be. And what was it last Thursday? It was even, it hit higher than that a couple of times, didn't it?
I have never, and this is the truth, in all this stuff that I've seen, and I've had these dolls for years and years and years and years, guys. I mean, this is nothing to me. I mean, I'm not afraid of any of it. I mean, a lot of it, I've become accustomed. I respect it. I have never seen anything like this with a doll. Okay, that's why I got so interested in the backstory. And I wanted everything that had to do with him. I wanted to know why he's putting this out, what's going on. I wanted to know it all.
One of
But
the things
I've never seen anything go that high. Anything.
You just pegged it, I think. It's just like driving a car or riding a motorcycle. You can't be afraid of it, but you've got to respect it.
That's right.
And
That's true. Yes.
The other thing that got me is when we were all at Wolf Lake,
Oh yeah.
and you were doing that stuff, and and I was just like, filming this stuff, and I mean, it was just
Yeah.
like,
Don't get me started about Wolf Lake. Don't get me and start. Or, I have to get off the
I
camera.
remember that I had to sit down at the picnic table with you, and
When it comes to Dwayne, I can't do it. I can't do it, folks. I can't do
yeah,
it.
I think you and I both left out of there. And I know I was walking several steps ahead of you when we were coming back, but I checked back on you and Lloyd, and there were 2 or 3 times that you had to stop, and Lloyd was helping you walk
I can't handle it.
because it literally drained you. There
I can't.
was, I mean, your
I mean,
energy.
I don't. I haven't met him, but let me just tell you something.
I never met
Through,
him either, but I
through
feel like I know him or like I knew him.
yes, through all of this, and then when he came and he answered questions for us for his family. He answered all these questions, yes and no, and he would light them up, and they would ask questions, tell me what to say, and he would light them up, and all the answers actually corresponded with everything that they had, and we felt his presence out there. I have never
Good Lord,
felt
yes, we did.
anything
and that was the first
So-
time I ever really,
felt anything like that.
Felt
So pitiful.
anything like that.
And someone who did not deserve to be there, did not deserve to
I felt,
to be,
I felt anger. I felt
oh
sadness.
my God, I'm so
I
tore up.
felt betrayed. I felt, I mean, you can look. Well, my daughter was there. I believe she went on that one, didn't she? Was that the
Yes,
one?
she
Yeah,
was with us.
yeah. And because she looked at me, she said, "Dad, are you okay?" And I said, and I was ready to tear hell off hinges. I was ready to grab somebody right by the larynx and just rip out their throat. And she calmed me down. Stace calmed me down. Sharon said that she felt fear.
All I can
Um,
do, and I can still do, is just cry when I start thinking about him. He doesn't
well,
deserve
that
what
brings
he
me
had. This
to
was all ridiculous. All of that.
that
I
brings me
hope
to my
someday
next point. And I'm going to go ahead and
someday
make the announcement.
we get justice for
You,
him.
yes. Um, you already know this. You've known it for a while. We are back getting on track. The script is about written for April. We've already started shooting some plate shots. And we are going to do one on Dwayne. And we're going to do the trilogy, which the third one is Heather Teague. These are the cases that scream out the most to me. But yes, there is going to be a documentary that we shoot, and they're going to April, Dwayne, Heather. And Heather is going to be, Jesus, you talk about God, stirring up a pot of shit, because I'm sorry, I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes you got to, because what happened to her was just plain wrong. The thing with Heather, if you go back and listen to that on the Mountain Mysteries podcast, she knew a lot of things on all the wrong people.
Right.
And some of those people were on one side of the law, some were on the other. And it's a toss up. I mean, it really is a crapshoot as to who did what. We don't know. So I fully expect to get a few phone calls and a few you need to get away from this and back out, that kind of thing. I
The
got
kind of
that.
messages I got with Dwayne.
Yeah, and the kind of thing I got. Yeah, I got a few of those with Dwayne, and I got a few of those with April. You need to drop this thing. You need to let it go. Well,
Yeah.
all you're doing is you're giving me a hard on for it. I'm sorry, but that's the way I talk. That's the way I am. You're making me want to that much more, because if I've got somebody shaking, what have
That's
you
right.
got to hide? What is
That's
it? What has somebody got to hide if they, okay, look, I've got nothing to hide. You, Stace, or Lloyd could come and ask me anything you want to about April. And if I know it, I'll tell you. And if I don't, I'll tell you. I've said it before. April and I were not super close. We were friends. I cared about her. I didn't even know Dwayne. Never met him, but I knew some of his family. I know some of his family. And I got to know Miss Sarah, who was Heather's mom, or who is Heather's mom. And I got to very briefly meet her sister. The interview that you listened to on that podcast was conducted in Heather's bedroom.
Mm.
If you want to make God laugh, tell him about your plans.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, because right now, we messed around with the script and did this, and of course, like anything else in life, you make these plans, things have to change. Sometimes you got to change on the fly and you got to accommodate it. So the script is very close to being done. We have cast a lot of the parts, but I'm still looking for a few. The person to get in contact with about that, and I'm looking for a male part of somebody very countrified,
Early 20s.
early 20s. He's a male. He was kind of tall, kind of thin. The role is that of Tim Stambo, is who I'm looking for. And then there's a few others. Some of Brenda's. And yes, we do use, I do change some names. Some of her friends, which I think Callie's going to be a part of it.
Yeah, Kelly
And
said she did.
I love her. I
Hayden is
love
gonna
her.
help.
She is so sweet and so beautiful. She is just a wonderful human being. She's a wonderful
She's
person.
very outgoing. You'll see.
Yeah, she's your niece, right?
Yeah, that's my baby.
And I think that Faith is going to fly the drones for us because she's really good with that. And as far as I know, Cedric is still going to help with cinematography
Yeah.
because he actually teaches that, I believe.
Yes, he does.
At university. So this is falling together, but I had to be in the right place for it. So, and I think that we have found our April and we have found our Brenda. And let me tell you something. Brenda is going to be portrayed by Brooke Casey, who is a Patreon. She is like a daughter to me. And she is quite possibly one of the sweetest people you'd ever want to meet. But she's got that little switch. And right on it says, bitch. And when you flick that switch, oh, Katie barred the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows how to flick it. So we're going to have to tell the girl playing April, she doesn't mean it. Keep that in mind. She don't mean it because she will scare you to death. I mean, she's just, she's sweet as she can be, but she comes at you. What was that chick in Joe Dirt said? Hemi, balls to the wall. That's Brooke. That's how she comes at everything. She's either very sweet or very, I'm going to rip your head off kind of thing. And here's the thing. I've had a lot of people, well, what about accuracy? It's going to be as accurate as we can make it, but there's so much stuff that actually went on that we don't know what happened. We're going to have to fill in the blank somehow, so we're going to use the best guess. And April can't tell me about it. She's not here. Tim can't tell me about it. He's not here. So what we are
got somebody super close to April that's going to help too.
Yes, very close, and thank God for that individual.
Who was with her so much and all the time and can tell you everything.
I think that person can fill in blanks that we couldn't even imagine.
Sure. Blanks.
And they have already agreed to be a part of it, which I'll be honest with you, when they agreed to it, it kind of shocked me.
Yeah.
But it didn't, in a way, after I got to speak with that individual and spend a little bit of time with them.
Right.
Brooke and I have this thing, if you've seen the video, open the door. Well, we say that back and forth. And now Tracy's on there going, open the door. Brooke said, open the door. I actually got up the other night and went out there because I thought she was here, because she'll stop by from time to time and we'll talk and what have you. And she said, open the door. So my dumb ass got up and opened the door. Yeah. And I ain't lived that one down yet. So, but anyways, yeah, it's coming. But, people ask if we rehearse this. No. Mm-hmm. And in terms of the film, there'll be rehearsals and stuff because I want the actors or the people playing the roles to be comfortable. I don't want this girl playing April to be this girl playing April. I want her to be April. I don't want Brooke to be Brenda. I want her to be Brenda. I don't want whoever plays Tim to be, oh, well, my name's John and I'm playing Tim. No, he's Tim. You get what I'm saying? Because that to me is very important, that we get the story right. And the story is so much more than just the events that happened. Right. That's my idea of filmmaking, or that's my idea of approaching this. It's a lot more than just the events. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know what happened in some cases, but there's going to be none of this bullshit where at the end I come up and say, well, I think that maybe she, that this was just a bad accident. Because I've thought about it. Could it have been? Yeah, it could have been. Tim could have been drowning, reached for April, done all the damage to her, everything. But then I thought, wait a minute. Let's go back and answer this one important question. Why the hell was Tim in the water? He was an aquaphobic big time. I mean, times 10. Why was he in the water to start with? Okay, his BAC, his blood alcohol content was 0.03. That is the equivalent to a drink, a beer.
Right.
Why was he in the water to start with? You answer that question.
Yeah.
Then we're getting somewhere.
Right.
Now, if you want my opinion, he was in the water because he was knocked out and put there. And he got knocked out because he was trying to help April.
No, don't you know he fell in? You know, they were out there swimming together, and
He couldn't swim. He was scared to death of water.
yeah, don't you know they were out there skinny dipping and everything?
Oh yeah. Look,
Listen, I've heard it all. There's nothing that somebody can't. Yeah, no.
the next thing you know, April was riding a moose bareback through Paintsville Lake Park, and it threw
There
her
you
off in the
go.
water.
For people that don't know, we were at that age. We lived there. We know what was up. Tim
I never
was an
rode a
older
moose
brother
bareback.
figure.
I never rode a moose bareback.
Right. Nobody's out there. Yeah, for sure. Nobody's out there on a date with Timmy. That was their older brother figure. He was
like that to all of those kids. He was like that to a lot of people.
right.
Tim had the cool truck with the cool stereo, and I mean, you could hear the
Right.
thing coming a mile away. God have mercy, and it was clear. But he was just a cool guy, you know. That
Yeah.
Tim wasn't thinking, oh well, let me see if I can get into this one or this one or this one. That wasn't what he
No,
was.
he
He
wasn't like
was
that.
looking for friendship. He was looking to be accepted for who he
Right.
was, and apparently, not everybody did that because he didn't have a lot of money. Big
No.
deal. Hell, neither did I. Neither
It's a
did
hard
you,
work.
Stace. Lloyd, you didn't. We didn't come from. Ain't none of our.
No.
I don't know. How's your trust fund doing, Stace? Oh, you ain't got one. Me neither.
Somebody forgot to inform me about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But anyways, that's Tim was to April like a brother, a big brother.
Exactly.
And this is the thing that pissed me off about Dwayne is I honestly feel like somehow by someone he was betrayed.
Yes.
Absolutely. He was betrayed.
I got that feeling.
1,000% he was betrayed.
I mean, it got me sick to my stomach.
Yep.
And then with Heather, you know, here's the thing. Well, we'd like to do them on just about everybody. Yeah. And maybe after this set is done, we'll come back because I'm very interested in doing something on Octavia Hatcher. But I honestly feel that would be mostly a work of fiction because I think the story is a work of fiction. I think it's pretty much what I've said. I'm not saying it's not interesting. I'm not saying it's not cool. It is interesting. It is cool. And I think it'd be fun to do something like that. But I'd love to do one on Muriel Baldridge too.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something.
Too. See if we can find something.
Yeah. That took place. Her death was in 1949.
Yep.
And I've got a pretty good idea, or at least I feel like I know what happened to her.
I
think it was one of the higher ups that killed her.
What happened to her?
Mm-hmm. And
I investigated that. Remember I told
yes,
you
did.
Mom, I got
You actually went under the bridge. You went under the twin bridge, or not the twin, but the Rainbow Bridge in Prestonburg, didn't you?
Yep, exactly where it happened at.
Yeah.
And then from there to her gravesite.
Yeah. Now, according to the medical examiner, she was not, thankfully, she was not raped. But
no, she was going to be.
She was ahead of that way, but she just put up a little bit too much of a fight.
She sure did.
Because she was a strong girl, a strong young lady, I should say. Not to mention, my God, she was beautiful. She was so pretty.
She reminded me so much of April with that little face.
She was just absolutely drop dead gorgeous. She really was. So let me ask you another question. So yes, these are the things that are coming. I've been asked several times, are you going to do one on this person? Are you going to do one on that person? And I can't say how much we appreciate the fact that people are that interested in us doing them.
We're going to do it right.
But it's going to be done right or I'm not going to mess with it. Or it's going to be done the best that I can do it. And that's why I've enlisted the help of people who know more than I do about it, like Cedric. Okay, I could probably learn to fly a drone pretty quick, but Faith already knows how. She's good at that stuff. I believe in putting people where they want to be because they want to be there because they've got a gift for that particular thing and they feel comfortable doing it. So I'm not going to take Faith and stick her in accounting. I'm going to take Faith and say, okay, Faith, here's a drone. Here's the shots I want. Anything Love you. Bye-bye. That's what I'm going to do. It's like with Stace. Stace is my right hand, period. She's going to be, she ain't co-starring in the damn movie. She's going to be starring in it. She and I are going to be the storytellers. You're going to take this trip. And the trip for April is in large part going to be a part, or in no small part, I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to do 2 or 3 different things at once. From the point of view of what we know, which comes from Sharon. But I can tell you, it's going to be a closed set most of the time because I need to focus on what's going on. And so does Stacy. And everybody else we got there, it's going to be closed. In other words, we're not going to have it open to the public. And it's not that I'm trying to hide anything or anything like that. Look. Okay.
It's hard enough. It's hard enough just getting through part of it,
And think about it like this. Mark Hamill, we all know who Mark Hamill is. Mark Hamill once said, yeah, when I got the script in 1976 for, Star Wars came out in 77. But when he got it in 76, he said, I passed it around to Meredith, to Ben, to everybody, to Benny, to all these other people. It was no big deal. Everybody read it. But when The Empire Strikes Back came out, they had to sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, because the damn thing was phenomenal. It was
it was so good.
Oh my God. And Mark Hamill said he was scared to death, especially when he found out the big revelation, who's your daddy, Luke? Who's your daddy? Well, we know now.
Yeah.
But when he found that out, he said, my God, he said, I was talking in my sleep. I was scared to death that my wife would hear it. And he said, and I couldn't tell. He said, well, telephone, Carrie. He said, and the whole world will know it. So, but that's not what this is about. What this is about is simply us being able to focus on what we need to do. And will we recruit help? Absolutely. We're going to be looking for extras. But if you're going to be on the set, you're going to be there contributing to telling the story of April, and then contributing to telling the story of Dwayne, and then contributing to telling the story of Heather. Now, what was my deductive logic for picking those? Because those are the 3 biggest episodes. But more than that, I felt a connection with each one of these.
Me too.
And look, I did not know Dwayne, and I didn't know Heather. But I felt a connection with him.
Yeah.
So tell me, but that's why it's going to be pretty much a close thing. But you will see trailers, and especially our Patreon people will get behind the scenes stuff quite often, including our flubs and mistakes, which there will be plenty of those, I'm sure. But that's okay. The only people that never make a mistake are the people that never try to do anything, and that in and of itself is a mistake. So has it been active today?
It's been active since we got that. I mean, a little active here and there before the 2 dolls. You've seen that.
Yeah.
Since we've got these 2 and the trunk, it's nonstop here.
Well, we are ready to fire up the...
they've already been on here talking about candy already tonight.
Well, let's fire it up and go with it. Let's go ahead. We'll run the little disclaimer thing, that the other people like for us to do, just to keep me out of, and to keep you out of trouble. Because let me tell you something. If we ever go to jail, I'm going to say, hell, this was her idea. She's as much at fault as I am. So we'll run that. We'll be right back. Okay. This is The Gatherings. A big key point to think about it, if you want somebody to come through, think about them. Have memories of them. Bring those memories to the surface. Concentrate on those, and hopefully they're happy memories, and then we can go from there with that, okay? I had to switch the cameras around. I'm going to drop down to the bottom, and Stacy, it's all yours.
Hello. So who were you telling me they poured cement over them? Who are you speaking of? Can you tell me that? Now, Chris is on here. Can you tell me? Who had cement poured over their body? I don't know. Okay. Unit. Here you go. Make sure it's on the right unit. I can't see. I gotta put my. Okay. Brooke. Are you looking for Brooke? Does anybody else want to come through for us? George. Meredith. So who were you telling me about earlier when you said that someone was a C word and then you said they were covered with cement? Can you tell me that? Because I'm going to need you to come through and let me know who it is you're speaking of. Or if anybody else wants to come through, if you can feel that pull from your family members or loved ones, Dad, you know that you can come through. It's always open for you all. I'm telling you, that said 116. I'm not even joking.
I'll be over here.
I mean, it said last week too, 116, and then it goes down to nothing, and then it'll go back up and it'll fluctuate. 21. Yeah.
That's some pretty heavy spikes. That's some big fluctuation.
Does anyone want to come through for some of their family members in the chat rooms? You can come through.
Oh, 150.4.
All that come right off on his mouth. We've got plenty of EMF for you to gain your strength from here.
I'm telling you, that was good. Wow.
You can take the EMF that's coming off of these dolls anytime you want to and come through. Do you have a family member in chat? Did you see that? This one's going off too. How many? Three? Three again? It's saying 3 again. How many 3? We remember you saying that last time. Can you tell me who you're speaking of? Water. Sis. I really don't. I'm not going to mention her name until I see if it'll come through again. Can you tell me the person that you were talking about? What? Doug. You got a headache again?
Yeah.
Scoot back over away from there. Scoot back at least a foot. I told you. Weakness.
Yeah. That's me.
There's no weakness here. Can you make the bottom EMF detector go off? Thank you. Can you make it go off? This whispering one is driving me insane with the whispers.
I know I can't understand it.
Can you tell me why you want to whisper? Why don't you just talk so we can hear you? There's no one that's going to bother you. You can say whatever you want to say. And if you want to tell me something about the girl's case, you can. He cut her. Knife. Who cut her? His son. Seemed like I said he's retired or something. I said, no, it's his son. Listen to that. Emily.
Wow.
Does anybody want to come through for their family members here? You know, you're welcome to come through anytime. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. What? Thank you for coming through for me on that bottom. That's nice. I appreciate you.
There you go.
As I asked, thank you so much.
Wow.
Yes, thank you.
Can you light it up for me if the person that you're talking about, the girl that you're talking about, is from around here? It's either saying boy or boy. I don't know.
Light it up to orange or red.
Go.
Please.
Thank you.
That's outstanding. Yeah. Takes a lot of energy to do that, I know.
Are you seeing this? Can you see it from over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there
Is there
somebody?
See? Go ahead, Chris.
Is there somebody in the chat that you'd like to speak with, or somebody maybe viewing that's not in the chat? Light it up for yes, and don't light it up at all for no. Okay, so there's somebody here that you want to talk to. Would that person be a male or a female? I'm sorry, let me rephrase that question. If that person is a male, light it up.
Male. Is it going to
Okay.
be a male? Light it up for us.
Whoa.
Thank you. So you want to speak with a male? Light that up for Daddy. Light that up for yes for me.
Daddy.
I almost sound like I said Daddy.
Is it somebody that was your child in this life?
Nope.
Is it somebody who was a friend's child in this life?
Her ethics.
Or maybe a grandchild?
I don't know if I can So,
Let me get the obvious out of the way, if I may, please. Is your message for Lloyd, Stacy, or I? If it is, light it up, please. Okay. No. All right. Is it for somebody watching this right now at this moment?
can't do this again.
It's a secret.
Okay. Well, I won't pry.
They rested on me.
They rested on you.
They rested on you. Okay. Or do you mean like a girlfriend? Maybe a mother figure, girlfriend, somebody that's important. He said male.
Could be a boyfriend. Could be
Boyfriend, significant other.
or a good friend.
Okay. How about just a best friend that was there? You were all there for each other. How about a dad? Is it a daddy? A father figure? No. Are you still with us? Thank you. So was it a father figure? I'm going to ask it again just in case. I don't want to get this mixed up for you. Father, brother, cousin, just a BFF, partner. How about a business partner?
Could be.
How about somebody who did something bad to you?
Okay.
Did that light up for that just now?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, here we got it. So it's somebody who did something terrible to you. Got it. Got it. Got it.
My. Was it somebody that you thought was a friend to you?
Yes.
Yep.
Let me be very candid in this line of questioning. Did they kill you?
You know, I was thinking the same. There we go.
Wow.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry that it took us a minute to get to that. I know.
Yes, I'm sorry it takes me 2 hours to watch 60 Minutes. Did they kill you near or in a body of water?
But you know.
Did they put you in a body of water after your death?
Could be a couple of different people actually who have been through that.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yes. So you're saying that they put your body in the water.
So you weren't killed in the water, but you were placed there.
Yes. And make it look like you were drowned.
Have I been thinking about you quite a lot lately?
There's too many things. I love to pick this up, but there's too much stuff.
Yeah, it's too close to put the flux on there. Just leave it. Yeah, just turn the flux off.
Okay, exactly what is a flux and what does it do?
We have a
senses vibrations. It senses movement, EMF around.
Oh, cool.
The area. We can set it up on so many feet away. So, say for instance, you and I were in Waverly, okay, and we wanted to go in a room and sit down together. So we're going to put this in the hallway. We'll put it about 20 feet from us in case something comes around. We're going to know what it is.
Cool.
So we're going to set this to 20 feet.
Yep.
Something comes around it, it's going to go like that.
But it also it'll do like you could do like a
We can also
red
ask
for
yes and no.
or green for yes and red for no, or there you could do a male red, female green, whatever.
That is so cool.
But the thing about it is that it's got so many sensors on it.
It's hard to sit close.
It's hard to
with
set it in here because
we're only a couple of feet away. Actually.
Yeah, I see what you're doing right now. Lloyd's triggering it, and he's
right.
I mean, yeah, it's
and the dolls, of course, too, like he said. Yeah.
If it's in an open
you
space,
see the dolls on this side are eating it up.
A lot of times people call it a yes/no prism.
Yes, we can ask questions. Light it up. No for us. Okay, then light it up. Yes. So you can use it for several. It's great for several different things. We use them a lot.
Well, when you said flux, I was thinking like a DeLorean or something. So, like a flux capacitor.
But it's just there's so much stuff in here. It picks up all the dolls, and we can't really,
Like Barry said, Marty had to change the flux to time travel.
That's right.
Okay, so back to our guest. Yeah,
they're agreeing with you, Barry.
Flux capacitor.
Yes.
Can you pop that up for me? If you've came in this home and visited with me before, and we've had a conversation, and we trust each other. I'm trying to figure out who this might be, so we can ask some direct questions. Whenever you passed away, was there someone else who passed away as well the same night? Don't you? There goes the dirty words.
Mm-hmm.
I told you all about that. Because nobody wants to hear y'all saying shit all the time.
And here we go saying it just as bad or worse.
You should have heard a minute ago saying the C word. And then it screamed it at us when I told him.
Why would it say cat?
And it wasn't Chris.
So do you and I trust each other? We've talked. I've tried to help you a couple of times. Light it up for me. I need you to come through now. This is important. This is who it is. My goodness.
Or is it the person who died? It was only your death at this particular time.
What did he say? Private something?
I couldn't make it out, Stacey.
Privately?
Couldn't get that.
Privately.
Whoever it is has been very, very private about everything. Are you still here? If you are, I need you to light this EMF detector up that's over here. This bottom one, okay? All you have to do is just... Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, as we were talking, you are a male. Someone has killed you. We're trying to figure out who you are. Any way you can come through on the spirit box and give me your name. Come through for me and tell me your name. On the radio. I've heard about 3 names. Can you tell me your name? Can you be louder than everybody else and tell me your name?
Go ahead and shout.
What did it say? Poison.
Poison.
Did you say poison? Have you been passed away for some amount of time? Say over 20 years. Light it up if you've been passed away. Thank you so much. So it's over 20 years.
But it's a male.
Believe. It said believe. So you've
Oh,
been
I
passed
believe.
away 20 years. Okay. So we've got that far.
Will you
for
light it up if your name is Tim? Or Timothy?
Can you come and light that up for us? We need to see it. If your name's Tim. We would love to speak with you. If it is you for sure. Tim, I need you to light it up. If that is you. What? Who? No, I was ruling that out.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said over 20 years.
Okay, I'm seeing comments here in the chat that says, that's what I heard. That's what I heard too. What did they hear? Helen, Steph, or Maddie, what did you guys hear?
There it goes again. There it goes. I said Stacy. Did you hear that?
Stacy. I couldn't make it out.
Yeah, I heard believe too, Crystal. So you lit it up, but it took us a few minutes. Help me. Was your name Tim? And I'm only going to give you a little bit of time to answer this because I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to count to 5. I need you to light it up if your name was Tim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Shut up. I bet you can't make me.
Oh, Lord, don't tempt fate.
Lars is fluctuating. He went to 15, 12. Can you light that back up for me? If you're still here.
Poison.
Do any of us know you, or did we know you?
Good question.
Real.
Yes, this is real. Tell them. Are you coaxing this person on? Whoever's on the spirit box coming through. Remember, if you have family here in the chat room, you can come through anytime. I heard it say that too, Steph and Helen. Yep. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so we knew him. Did Chris and I know you?
Stephanie said, or do you want to see it?
Yes. I do. Hi. Do Chris and I know you? Christopher doesn't know anything. So Chris doesn't know anything about this. Okay, thank you. Do I know you? Does Lloyd know you? Remember, I'm giving you 5 seconds on these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does somebody in our chat room know you? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So he's here for somebody in the chat room. He's been passed away for over 20 years. He had a car to drive.
Somebody said
Blue eyes. Is that what you heard?
thought it did.
I thought it said he was wide. Sounds like, well, they're talking about me for sure. Are you related to somebody in the chat room? And you're wanting to tell them what happened to you? Thank you. Okay, so he knows one of you guys in the chat room. Male. Were you older than 20? Were you older than 20 years old? Yes. Okay, I hear you on that. Can you make light up for me? Were you over 20?
To the next box.
We're trying to help this person figure out who you might be.
We're getting so cold on this one side.
I know it's ice cold over there.
Of course, I'm by Jenny. So.
Yeah.
How's that headache, Lloyd?
She loves to listen to Chris's voice. She does.
Who does?
Okay. Were you under 20? Six. Were you under 20? Six again. Write that up if you were under 20 years old.
6.
One more time, you'll know what that is.
Well, we don't want to hear that one more time.
Because I heard it too twice.
I know you did. Were you between 6 and 20? Okay, thank you. This is between 6 and 20. The spirit box was saying 6. Anybody have any idea? Please. They're listening if you can come through on the spirit box for me.
Were you 16?
8.
8.
One said 6 before, and that one said 8. Who knows? This is part of that script we know so well. Not
Whoa.
Jenny, but the one in the dark.
Which got red. Spike red.
Are you serious right now?
And
Oh.
just fell.
All right, give me Shat. Shatner fell over.
As soon as that spike red, he fell.
Okay, he's icy cold. He's super icy. I'm going to put him over here by Spirit Box. I know. Okay, we really like to hear what you know. That doll is moving. Either it's Roselle or Olive over there.
Oh, God.
On steps it. Not Jenny, but the one in the dark.
Right here?
It's either Roselle. It's the Roselle because of you're sitting in front of her. So it's Olive. Oh, you don't have to scoot back. You can sit right there. Close if you want to hold on to Jenny.
No.
Are you still with us? So you're a child? Were you a child at the time of your death?
That sounded like yes.
Mm-hmm. Did you live in this area?
Spike.
Was your name Dilly?
Yellow.
Was your
Yeah.
name Dilly? I didn't know you. None of us really knew you. We would have loved to. Is your name Dilly? correct. Is that what it said?
Whoa, yellow.
Oh, I swear. Did you follow me?
Yep. Mhm.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You have been followed, my dear. You have been tagged and bagged.
Oh, welcome to the doll room, sweet cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course, for our viewers, Dilly was the very one that we were talking about at the beginning of tonight's episode. The child who was a slave child.
This happens every time. A place like that.
I know.
It happens every time.
What night did you go to the house, Steve?
Last night.
That's not.
Last night. Okay.
Were you there last night at the old mansion?
Yep.
Did you see me and remember me?
Yep. Oh, he's on a roll now.
Oh, this thing.
Great.
I knew it.
Sorry. Move over, Lloyd. Sharon said move over, Lloyd. All right. I need you to light that back up if your name is Dilly. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sugar. Now it makes sense because I didn't know you. We were just trying to get answers.
And
I'm
he's
so
right. I
sorry.
knew nothing about it until you told me. Yep.
We didn't know. I mean, I had met you. We had met you. It all starts to make sense, and I'm sorry because I really didn't think about that.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
Were you treated well? I thought so. I got a really good feeling from that point. Was there a bad man that used to come and visit who would say he was a doctor? I'm asking you because I saw a little blonde-headed girl in the window around front. Do you know her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, you do know her. Was she murdered by this man? Was she put in a grave on top of maybe another body or two?
Wait.
Is that how I knew it? I knew it.
Stace, your dream.
I knew
The dream, Stacy. The dream you had.
Yep.
This is it. This is the dream you had.
All coming full circle on this.
Right in front of everybody.
I'm sorry it's taken me this long to get back to you. But we'll try to fix this. And I'll try to find peace for the little girl, okay? Is she with you? Is she here with you? Do you go back there with her?
Green.
So when I go back, can you get her for me so that I can speak to her? Can you make things okay? I might be able to help her.
Yellow.
Yeah. You know, I can't make anybody move on, but if you want to, I can help you. I probably want to stay in that big, beautiful place too. Do you go to the garden? Is that where you first saw me?
Two.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Does anybody else want to come through? I'll just talk to you after the show, baby.
Did they let you go to the garden?
I went to the garden.
Not you.
You're talking about him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he had to pick the dig
Yeah,
and
right,
pick all the
right,
vegetables.
right.
And
Yep,
what I
you're
saw
right.
him doing was getting a piece of pie. Like I don't know who it was worked with there, whatever. But they were giving him a piece of pie, food. Like he got extra. Like he was a pig.
Whoa. Orange.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Is that how you were poisoned?
Out there.
Or were you poisoned? Yeah, I guess so.
Somebody poisoned him.
Hmm.
Was it the bad man? What? Her hair is blonde. When he buried the little girl, did you know about it? Let me put it to you like this. Were you already passed away?
Jesus.
So she passed away before you did.
Structure.
Uncle. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Uncle.
Whoa, you like
Uncle. I'm sorry that something this terrible has happened to you, okay? I will try to find out what happened.
Yep.
And find justice for you.
whoa.
Absolutely.
Wow.
You know you're more than welcome here.
That's a full-on response.
Yeah, full response for sure. You know all the children can
In
come.
about
Do you need me to go back out there tonight? Were you worried about me as I was because of the place I was in after that? Were you protecting me? Did you know something evil was out there and you came to protect me? Thank you so much. I knew it.
Wow.
I mean, this is active stuff tonight. This
It's
is
crazy,
crazy.
but I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh. Does anybody else want to come through for anybody that's in our chat room? Anybody for Steph or Crystal, Sharon, Helen? Something men with honor. Absolutely, that's what today is for.
Yes.
Tracy. Did you see that?
Wow.
Where you at, Tracy? It's one of your
Whoa.
stripper buddies is here. She gonna tell me some secrets on Tracy. She has something at night. Boy. Ronnie or Lonnie? You guys listen for your names and everything. If I miss it, what is it?
Brooke, she's running around Bandler stripping.
I know it. I know it. How about you, Stacia? You gonna come back through and talk?
Lord, what a bunch of heathens.
Can anybody get Miss Stacia for me? Hey, can you get her for me? Us Stacias have to stick together. That's right, girl. Times are getting bad. Is that what she said? Times are bad.
Mm.
Hi, baby. Good Lord.
They always say
I'm
that.
getting to where I can tell the difference. Uh huh. Is anybody else going to come through? Got a family member in our chat room? They've got their eyes closed right now, and they're concentrating on your name, concentrating on some fun times.
Wow.
Through.
Good one, Barry.
Barry rocks. Yep.
Brooke, I have been thinking about that so much, and I swore I heard it as soon as I turned it on today, because you know that she knows exactly. I mean, me and her have sat and done this together for 10 years. How many times? Does anybody want to come through for me and Tracy and Brooke? Because, girl, you know we got you. Could you come through and tell me your name? Mm-hmm. What's that? What's it? You still with me? Thank you. I'm telling you. I don't know why every time you get her on his face. Look.
He's such
Now it's gone.
he's such an angel.
Oh, there it goes. I'm telling you, every time I put it around his face, it does.
Whoa.
Do you like me?
No.
Me too. I got some good rotten stories that me and her's done some dumb stuff, and we'll talk about them sometime on here, see if we can get anything. If you know the story that I'm talking about, can you name the person that I'm talking about? What's the guy's name? Chris, you know this. I already told you. I still got to tell Brooke and Tracy. Sharon knows it too. The Wagger, Sharon. You know what, Brooke? I still have my Vandler shirts. I've got, when I came up and helped her with Turtle Man, I still got mine. And then I've got another one that's got a donkey on it. And then I've got our JCPR t-shirts with our names on them. God love her. Something out. What do you think about it, Chris? I know we're getting up there.
No, it's okay. We're fine. But I was, this is one of the most, I don't know. It never fails to blow my mind. And tonight's just been even, the whole thing with Dilly and the dream you had some weeks back about the little girl being in a mass grave and this little girl, and you're there last night just out of the blue. And wow. Can you say that there is no such thing as coincidences?
No. This stuff is just, it's too heart-wrenching to feel to not be real.
I'm blown away. It seems like right about the time that I think, okay, I've got a pretty good lock on this. Boom.
Look, nothing now. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
There he goes.
Oh,
There he
we
goes.
jumped up to it.
Looks like ours is. There he goes, 1.8. Nothing. You feel kind of a little bit of like a release. Like you feel like it's not quite as active. Tell me what you're feeling, because I know you're looking awful white.
Me?
Yeah.
It's always active. What are you talking about?
How's that headache, Lloyd?
Still there.
If I had a head like that, it didn't hurt. I wouldn't want to.
Laughter makes it better.
There you go.
Laughing is good medicine, yeah.
Yeah.
There's my Elsa.
Uh,
Hey, don't you hurt my baby.
He goes around, pats him on the head. He's too scared to do anything else. He didn't even want to help me wash this one.
The invisible man married the invisible woman. Their kids weren't much to look at.
See that? The bruise on his head. Getting a bruise in the temple.
Yeah.
Bruise over top of his eye.
I can give him one on the other side.
Well, I mean, he's always looks like he's got snot and slobbers. Always.
You know, I kind of feel sorry for Tobias because he's sitting there like, okay.
He does. He always puts his head down for some reason. And I mean, he can raise his head up.
Yeah.
And then you put that doll up, and then in a minute, he'll just be in the same spot.
Yeah, he'll get comfortable again.
He's lovely.
Maybe we can tie him to the fan and let him listen to run around.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an experiment tonight, and I'm going to put these two right in the bed with us.
No, you're not.
To see if we can have any, get any high EMF tonight.
Yeah, we'll have a high diaper.
We'll be coming to you tomorrow, and he said, Pampers lied. You say, why? And he'll say, they said it's only good for 10 to 12 pounds. I put 30 in. God, I put 30 in it.
Lord help him. Amazing. Yeah, I agree. It is amazing. It's been an amazing night.
I made that comment earlier that it was incredible.
Is there anybody else that I can help? You can come through right now. Stacia. There we go. Is Stacia want to come out and talk? 48. You all right?
No.
He's getting ready to test that 10 to 12 pound theory.
Mary said, tip your waitress. He'll be there all week.
Mary's going to roll tonight, too.
They're here all week. Just tip your servers.
Yeah. Okay.
Why does that look smeary?
Smeary?
Lloyd.
Smeary.
Lloyd.
Leave me alone.
Lloyd has left the building, he says.
Brooke asked if you were praying.
Yes.
Yeah, praying that I can get out of here.
Probably. I was going to say probably so, yeah.
I'm going to put him up a curtain, like in between the two dolls, so that he can do like the intro.
I'd love to get a little remote control and just turn its head, look at him. It's a wonderful day for an exorcism.
Oh my God, I would love to do that to him.
Hell no.
Oh.
He would kill us all.
Oh, God, listen. I would
Well,
go.
he would kill us, I'm telling you.
Something like that happened, I'm telling you, I would go to the pet store and buy 6 real snakes and let them loose on the
Did you say Merle? Is Merle around there?
That's what Muriel went by. Muriel Baldridge went by Merle.
Merle Baldridge.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody? No, Merle. She's lovely.
No, she's beautiful.
What'd she say? She's in the west part of town?
When they had her funeral, Prestonsburg, the Star City, shut down. There was not a leaf to be bought in any floral shop around. Maddie said if you want to reach out and touch someone, touch Lloyd. Boy, you just get the brunt end of it, don't you? You really do, bro.
Can you guys tell me the name of the person who tried to kill Merle Baldridge?
That's our legacy.
It's her legacy. That's her legacy, Chris. That was cool.
I got a pretty good idea of the guy that did it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He had a little office sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he work at?
Train yard, and he worked for the Board of Education.
What was the name of the train company that he worked for?
I don't think it was CSX at the time. I'm thinking maybe Norfolk Southern or something, but
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and
I
look
can't
again.
hardly, I've got it. I've got the book in there, actually.
Yeah.
I was going to let...
But she would sit up on his desk, and I mean, it was an innocent thing. She wasn't flirting with him. It'd be like some kid. It would be like Faith sitting on my desk talking to me,
Right.
and me just saying, "Okay," but he took that as, "Hey there, groovy chick."
Well, you know, the bootlegger even put herself in the line of fire because she told the police that he came to her house with blood on his shirt.
Yep, got a bottle of Four Roses, I think it was.
Yeah, and got him a pint or bottle, whatever it was.
Or a pint, whatever. Yeah, whatever it was.
Right there. You know, somebody ain't going to do that if it's not true. You know, especially a bootlegger.
Yeah, because I mean, back in the day, that was.
Yeah. What got me was the people who tried to say they did it.
And Stephanie or Maddie won. Is absolutely right. Merle's dad actually worked for the guy.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
Mad Dog does too.
Brooke said Four Roses makes babies. I was like, Brooke, just because. Mad Dog does too. Wow.
Now Boone's was a lightweight. Now come on.
Boone's Farm.
I have puked that up before, but we're not going to get done talking about that. I've made some dumb mistakes that I shan't never make again. No more knee-high grape pop and vodka. That's how Paisley got there. Yeah.
Lord, vodka and knee-high grape.
Let me just tell you. No more mistakes like that. That was the worst. That and Mad Dog Orange Jubilee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That Mad Dog.
That was the drink of the early 90s.
Yeah.
Remember Zima with Jolly Ranchers in it?
Mm-hmm.
Lord,
that Boone's Farm was oof.
I know Tracy remembers that. Because she used to drink some before she went on stage to get loosened up. Chris. She used to come out dancing to that Girls.
Vince Neil, yep.
She was right on that vodka. I said, Tracy, you're going to have to cut it down a little bit. Tequila.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I mean, I was there because I was the bouncer, so you know, I had her back. I had to calm her down a few times. That was tough. That's back before Brookie got here, but wasn't
them
too
damn
much
dancing bears. Good Lord, it's like 7 or 8 kinds of liquor.
I
Yep.
don't know. I didn't get none of that expensive stuff. I had to get the Tavarsky $1.50.
A buck
This is not
50
too
per
bad.
dream. Yep.
Yeah, you can go up there at the county line and
Selling dreams cheap. Yep.
16 years old buying liquor
Mm-hmm.
for the Apple Festival.
I never did. I was
I
innocent.
know, because you're a good little boy, little geeky baby.
Yep. Everybody else would be out partying. Lloyd would go home early for church the next day.
Now, Waldo, you see your mom wetting your hair behind your ears.
Now, Waldo.
Brooks getting ready to get herself a new nickname,
Yeah, she's on it. Mm-hmm.
Rose.
Yep. That's what we're going to start calling her, Rose.
Yep.
One of the Rose
Yep.
sisters.
Where'd Tracy go? She skipped out on us.
No, she in there somewhere, I'm sure.
I was trying to get her to tell us about when she came out to girls all the time.
On it like Donkey Kong.
Them hip boots, tell you. On it like Donkey Kong. I have died tonight.
Poor old Barry had to stand outside of Top Cat and ask for somebody to buy him something.
Barry, I sure shit would have done it for you. I'd have told you to come on out and watch this drag race.
Out on 460.
460, Route 3.
Route 3, yep.
A few fist fights out there. Then,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah, over at McWell.
Not you.
That's because you kept pissing them boys off when you'd outrun them.
Amen to that. That's for
I watched
sure.
that happen 2 or 3 times.
I've busted one's head, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or two.
My sister.
What'd you do? What?
Crystal said my sister got mine.
My sister got mine. That's great. My sister's 10 years older than me, 12 years older than me, so I was the baby. I didn't have anybody. She wouldn't have done that for me, though. That's all right, because me and my best friend they thought we were like 21. We were 16 and still in high school, and we just go up there and go through the drive-thru. Or walk in. What do you think? Did you hear that?
Did I just see an orb shoot by? Or it looked like a streak
I
of
did
one?
not see. I didn't look. I was looking at Lloyd. Said I got to go pee.
Well, maybe I was wrong, but
Which way did it go?
it went from the top right hand of the screen, left
Okay.
and down.
Gotcha. I'll look at
The
it.
mark
later.
on that was at $1:40, a minute and 40 seconds,
Gotcha.
give or take, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Always towards me. That's lovely.
At least they don't go in your head. So.
They'd be afraid to.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, they'd be staying away from the dolls.
Yeah.
Not saying that's such a bad idea. Look at that. They don't rest.
Nope.
These two do not take a
Now,
break.
let me show you something that's crazy. Watch when I go for Tobias's face and around his mouth. Watch this, okay? Now watch him make a lie right there. I know you all saw that earlier.
Yeah, it flew up. It went crazy.
We have a weird.
We have a bullet for you.
You know, Lloyd, the same thing happened when the guy said God himself could not sink this ship when he was talking about the Titanic. Mhm.
Yeah.
You
mhm.
don't tempt fate, man.
No.
Look at that.
Oh, them
Nothing
too.
the yellow.
Yellow.
Laws. I thought I said patty cake.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very
Excuse me.
strong read.
Oh, you're good. You're off camera.
Oh, here. I gotta go behind you.
Okay. Let me grab the camera so I don't hit it here. Wow, it's still going up.
Yep.
All right, before we close out the spirit box, does anybody else want to come through? You guys have been super active tonight. Does anybody else want to come through? Do you want to move any of the dolls or come through for anybody? Let's get it. Somebody says, let's get it, or let's get him.
Right, that's what they need to do is follow Lloyd to the bathroom.
Yeah, that'd be great. It always looks wet. He always looks like he's got snot and stuff coming out of his mouth every time.
Does that quite often, yeah. Just about every time I see him.
Seen anything like it. Okay, so Elsa just moved.
Hi, sweetheart.
You remember she was sitting straight looking at us, right?
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's turned.
Yep, she's looking.
Gabe's turned. Wonder what they're looking at. They're all looking that way. Look. What? How's little bunch?
Wow, look at them. Yeah.
Okay, guys, you guys have blown my mind tonight. Let me turn this camera back straight. Oh my gosh. I'll definitely have to show this one to him when he gets back. Yeah, even though it's on the bottom down there.
You're going to give him a coronary.
Listen, he has had one since last night.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
He's had a few problems.
I don't doubt it at all. I'm sure he's been freaked out, especially after last night with everything that happened. And then this evening, Dilly decides not to dilly-dally around and comes and follows you.
Yeah. That was crazy, guys. That was completely unexpected and crazy.
And that's usually the way it works.
Yeah. I'm going to turn the spirit box down. I'm not going to turn it off because I'm going to tell them goodbye and thank you.
No, absolutely.
Good fun
We always appreciate. We appreciate them coming
through. We thank everybody that came through for us.
Yeah.
So look at the dolls when you come in. Look at the dolls. The ones that are behind me here, they're all turned this way. Look.
Yeah.
Elsa, the ones down in the front, Gabe, the big boy, all of them are turned this way. And then Lars is still going off. Oh, man.
Yeah, he was running that meter at a solid yellow.
He still is, and I bet you watch putting batteries in it tonight for sure.
Are you going to go back out there tonight?
I thought about it. You want to do it tomorrow in the daylight first?
Shoot, no. We can do it tonight.
Okay, we'll go. I'm ready.
Well, Lord. He must have gave that courage or that pep in the step some Viagra because he's all for it now.
No, I changed my mind.
He's back over here going.
Poor old Lloyd.
He's trying to look brave. You want back over here?
No.
The only guy I know that could swallow Viagra, get it caught in his throat, and have a stiff neck for hours. Yeah.
Great Lord.
Steph said they watched Lloyd go to the bathroom. But yeah, probably. I mean, Dilly followed Stace home, so it's great.
Well, one good thing about it here
Stacy just looks at him and she says, "Well, how about that?"
Yeah.
So it's,
come on in. Come on in. We got plenty of food here for you.
Yeah.
I cook every night. Let's go.
Come on, we'll fatten you up. So it's.
Yep. He can eat here. Come here and sit down on my seat. I'll sit up here in your seat. See what I can find out about the babies.
Well, definitely interesting tonight. Maybe a little above. I did not expect the dream sequence to come full circle like it has with you.
It's crazy.
Especially given that, because I was honestly thinking that we were going to be making a trip to Waverly because I thought that that's where we were at, but
I couldn't get a location.
No, I remember that. You could not. But apparently the location got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we know.
We can look more into that and see if we can't get some more pictures of her too.
Yes, I'd love to have some. Because the picture that we saw, I mean, I can just, in my mind's eye, I see her. She was very beautiful.
She looked just like John Benet Ramsey's, what it reminds me of. And maybe she has like a bonnet on, I think.
Mm-hmm. So that would have put her sometime, of course, in the 1800s.
Absolutely.
So, we look forward to seeing exactly how this plays out.
Yes,
We
we
thank
will.
everybody for being a part of us tonight.
Yes.
So anyway, I look forward to seeing what Thursday night brings, which will be at 9:00. We look forward to that. And if you go out there tonight, I know that we can expect video. And we are continuing to work on plate shots for the actual films. And yeah, I would love to get together with you and go out there and actually. And one of the things that we might want to do is film, and this is entirely up to you because it's your thing, is film the Haunted Doll Tour. And we can
Absolutely.
put that on YouTube too. Or we maybe possibly we could go live with it if I decide to get up off my rear end and get another laptop between now and then. Mine died.
I'll bring mine. We can use mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do that. We can log into Restream and go live on YouTube right there with the Haunted Doll Tour. That's not a problem.
It'd be cool.
As long as they, and I'm sure they got a good internet connection there. That's
Yeah,
all we
she
need to do.
does. Mhm.
So yeah, we can make that happen and actually go live with that. Bring a couple of cameras and we can do a thing with a platform where we can switch cameras back and forth while they're both hooked up at the same time. That's not a problem. Or have two different streams just like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's not a problem.
Awesome.
So I think that pretty much wraps it up tonight. And let me throw this out there. Look, we all have bad days. We all have bad weeks. We all have bad months. And God, so many of us have had bad years. Don't give up. I cannot begin to tell you, and I'm not where I want to be yet, so don't think that I'm saying I am, but I cannot begin to tell you how many times I've been knocked on my ass. But it ain't about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up and you move forward.
Amen.
To quote Sylvester Stallone and Rocky Balboa, you keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Because winning, if it were easy, everybody could do it. And by winning, I'm talking about success. And success can be defined as money. If that's what you want, it can be defined as happiness. For me, I defined it as happiness and peace. Don't give up on it. Keep going, because it doesn't come easy. If it did, everybody, it would be a utopian society. It would be a perfect world. And guess what? We do not live in a perfect world. But it doesn't mean that we can't have it as good as we can ask for ourselves. I watch your posts, especially if you follow us. Tomorrow's going to be a bad day. Tracy Ferguson. Yes, it is, Tracy. I did not know Tina. I did not know Tina. But everything I have heard about her was that she was an exceptional individual and a wonderful person. When Brooke came to me last night asking me if I could help with the tribute video, I was more than happy to. It wasn't an issue of happy. It was an issue of honor. You and I sat here, Brooke, and we talked about this, that she touched people's lives. All too often, we don't get how other people affect other people's lives until that person is gone. And then, well, as they say, hindsight is 20/20. It's easy to look back, and it's easy to say, wow, look at all the good they did.
She did.
Let me give you a piece of advice. And I know this is so much harder to do than it is to hear. Don't go in there tomorrow thinking of it as a goodbye, because it's not. You may not see her again in this life, but you will in the next one. God made us a promise. There shall be no more tears. He will wipe those away, and no more parting of ways. But look at it as you are celebrating her life. I'll be 52 years old pretty soon, and it took me about 51 years to learn that. I had a hell of a time when Mom and Dad died a month apart. Damn near went full tanked alcoholic. Doing things I had no business doing, but I didn't care. Things like riding a Harley when I was 3 sheets to the wind at speeds that I don't even want to get into. So when people said there's no God, I laugh at them. Yes, there very much is, because he was the only thing that kept me alive. Then my daughter straightened me out on that. And I started looking for new ways. It's called a paradigm shift when you view things a little differently. So tomorrow, just try this for a few seconds. Walk in and be grateful for the time that you knew her, and think about the things that she did that made a difference in your life. Because let me tell you something, I did not know Miss Tina. Miss Tina was a wonderful person, apparently, because the pictures I saw, I noticed something today. Out of all the pictures I put together in that tribute video, out of all of them, and there were nearly 100 or better, I didn't see a one of her in which she was alone.
Mm-mm.
Always had somebody in there, be it one of her children, grandchildren, beautiful kids, beautiful grandkids. I didn't see her alone at any time. Friends, family. That is a successful life.
She saved me from depression so many times, it's not even funny, out of a terrible marriage.
Well, I'm glad she did. But you see, you
You were
are
there.
another example. You are another example of how she touched your life, and look at how many lives you've touched. Now, if she touched yours and you touched all these, how many others did she touch? That's what I'm saying. Every life.
Yep.
It's like a ripple in a pond. They all matter. It ain't just black lives. It's all lives.
Right.
Everybody matters. Now, are we all special? Some of us. We trying to open the door. But everybody's got their gifts, and everybody's got their talents. Mine happens to be flapping my jaws, and I've got a decent voice. And I'm learning more about this video stuff, and I'm getting kind of downright creative with some of it. That's mine. But you ask me to change out an electrical socket on your house or to replace a fuel filter, your plumbing will never work again, and the damn car, you'll wish you had a horse and wagon. You'll wish you'd gone Amish. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got their gifts and talents. Find yours. Use yours. And remember, do what?
Mine's
That's
this.
what he's best at.
Hiding behind the curtains. Mine is, what was I going to say? Your gift is what God gave you. What you do with it is a gift back to Him. You can use it to help other people. Something as simple as crocheting, which is not simple, but something like crocheting. My mom used to make these little crocheted minions from Despicable Me and give them to kids with cancer. My dad would put one on the back of his Harley. We'd be out somewhere, some child would see it and just point at it and go crazy. They'd get that minion right there on the spot.
Oh.
He did it to several. Mom did it for several. We all have gifts, and we can all use them for good. And that's what Tina did. So instead of going in there tomorrow dreading what I'm sure you dread, go in there tomorrow and smile for her. Smile for yourself. Smile for the fact that you knew her and that you loved her. And quite obviously, she loved you. Very obviously. Because you see, it's not the end. Anybody who lives this life has a price to pay, and it's one death. But after that, it's blue skies, I guess you'd say. It's a choice that you have to make. Is that easier said than done? Oh, yeah. And that's natural because we're people, and as people, we're selfish. But like a pastor told me once when I lost my mom, he said, would you rather have her back the way she was, or would you rather know that where she's at now, she can breathe, she can run, she's laughing, she's smiling, and she'll never be in that shape again? Didn't have to think very hard about that. And then when Dad went, I'm not going to say it felt any easier, but it felt more comforted. I felt more comforted, especially given the way I found him. He was reaching out to where his mom sat. I'd like to think that she came and got him. And my hope is when it's my time, I don't know, maybe Trevor will come and get me, or my mom, or my dad, maybe Ollie. Any one of the people I love and have lost in this life along the way. But like I said tonight, coming in here, seeing the chat room fire up with Barry, with Brooke, with Crystal, with everybody in there, with Helen, with everybody. Charlie, Steph, Maddie. Made me feel at home. So thank you for that.
We're family.
That's what family does.
That's right.
So keep those words in mind. It may be bad, dark, and stormy today. Maybe a little cloudy tomorrow, but the sun will shine again. The sun will shine again. Guarantee it. Keep looking up. Reach for the stars. Even if you miss, you're going to land somewhere close to the moon. For Stace and Lloyd, I love you guys. And for everyone else involved in tonight, stay mysterious. May God bless you and keep you and your family safe. And don't forget June 9th. I really, really hope to see you guys there. Breathitt County Library, 6 p.m. Lloyd will be there too. We're bringing this special clothes rack so he can hide behind it.
That's perfect. I got those at 5 and Below. We'll get me.
Yes. Yes. And we'll look and see him way down there. Mm-hmm. So it's guys, love y'all.
We love
Stay
you.
mysterious. Good
Bye,
night.
guys.
It's gonna